Hello, this is Lewis here again, and on this slide we're going to talk about diabetic retinopathy at age 53. Now what? Like I said before, I was diagnosed with being a diabetic at age 35 when I first went into the doctor the first time and they did check my blood. I was 428. Anybody that knows anything about numbers know that's pretty high. And so I wasn't no minor diabetic. I started out big time, 428 right up there big time. So at age 53, I'm 18 years into the disease. Um, a lot of the things as a diabetic you fear the most, your vision, your legs, blindness, amputation, all those kind of things is you're thinking, I hope that never happens to me. And in 53, that was around 2010. To give you a little background on this is my wife and I were both realtors, full-time realtors, and we used to drive people around Ocala, Florida, show them properties, and sometimes they'd ride in our vehicle, sometimes they'd ride in their vehicle and follow our vehicle. A lot of times people would say, I want to look at 3 homes, 5 homes, whatever. We'd get the addresses, put them all in order to save the most gas and mileage, and then we'd use the GPS. Um, Even though I was using the GPS and I knew it was a road coming right up with the GPS, sometimes the streets were so close I didn't want to turn prematurely, and I would wait until I get up close enough to the sign so I could make sure I turned at the right road. Unfortunately, most of the time I couldn't read the sign, and by the time I got on top of it, I was already passing it, which means I had to go down a ways, 2 or 3 streets, do a U-turn, come back, make another left turn, go to the turn, with the people following me, maybe do that 3, 4 times on the way to each house, times 3 to 5 houses. I knew I had a problem. So I thought, man, my glasses are really bad. I got to get some new glasses. So I went in, got the glass. Of course, knowing I'm a diabetic, they don't just give me the read the E-chart sign. They dilate your eyes and they look inside and look at the retinas and do all that stuff. So anyways, my doctor looked at my eyes and basically said, that I had retinopathy, and she sent me to a specialist. That was in 2010. So that was 6 years ago. They immediately started laser surgery on my eyes, and since then I've been dealing with other surgeries since. So, you know what? Sometimes life wants to slow you down. Um, that was 6 years ago. It's made life very difficult on me because in the course of the last 6 years I've had a few different jobs. Most of them were life insurance jobs because of my life insurance license. And a lot of times I had to go through extensive training, licenses, and then also you had fine print on contracts, like very small print, like 6 and 8 pitch, smaller than regular pitch you would read in a book. And very, very, very difficult. And then when I would go to trainings at different places, trying to read the manuals to learn the stuff to take the test was almost impossible. And I learned over time to actually take the pages out of the notebook, put them in my printer, scan them, the text, then take the text and convert it to MP3, burn the MP3 on a disc, CD, or a little player that you put your earbuds in your ear and actually listen with my earbuds, or put the little CD in the car CD or the house CD and listen to the book and let the book literally read to me because I couldn't read the book. And I've dealt with that the last 6 years, and it's been tough, but you do what you got to do. And I'm reminded of a story right now. Like I said earlier, all things work together for good to them that love God and to them that are called according to His purpose. I stop and I think about a story in the Bible, and we read about Paul, which was a great man and leader. which wrote most of the New Testament. Some people believe he had some kind of a problem in his body, possibly his eyes. And of course, we know that he went to prison and was under house arrest and prison guard most of his time. And in that time, he had a lot of spare time. He had a lot of spare time to sit there and write letters, which became epistles to the churches, which makes up a lot of the New Testament in our Bible today. And so his imprisonment actually worked out for the good of the gospel. If he had problems with his eyes, he probably had somebody there that actually translated or wrote for him. I really don't know. But as I stop and look at the trials and tribulations that I've had in my life, and there's been plenty, I've barely covered hardly any of them, I can see a character in the Bible and say, you know what? He went through that, and I'm going through that. And he went through that, and I'm going through that. And he went through that, and I'm going through that. And then I think about diabetic retinopathy in the eyes, and I'm thinking, you know what? Did Paul go through that? And yet he still did something for the Lord. And I stop and I think, you know, our world is totally changing. Totally changing. You know, many years ago we used to raise money and send missionaries on the other side of the world to spread the gospel and do this and that. But you know what? All you have to do now is just put a video out on the internet, and it's multiplied in multiple places all over the world. All over the world. So you and I can become missionaries to spread the gospel or to change the world in other positive ways, just by doing a little video, sharing a little story. And you know what? We don't even have to see to do that. We could literally be blind. The Lord could use a blind person to spread the gospel. And in fact, sometimes we don't have the guts to get out and do what I'm doing now until it comes to that. You know? So many of us, and I've been guilty of it as well, we all want to portray ourselves as we got it all together and we're healthy and good and perfect, and make everything that we're perfect and blessed and nothing's going wrong in our lives. But you know what? I think most of us out there have issues from time to time in certain areas, one thing or another. And if we can just lower our guard, lower our pride, and say, Lord, I don't have much. I just got a little bit left here. But Lord, you can do something with that little bit. In fact, you can do much with that little bit. Lord, I give it to you. So I guess that's my challenge for me and for you. What will you give the Lord? What do you have left to give the Lord? Because He takes weaknesses and makes it strong. He will make something out of nothing, because that's just the kind of God He is. Hope you're having a great day. Talk to you later.